First up, it has been 30 days since the Israel-Hamas war started. Over 5,000 people on both sides have lost their lives, and ceasefire doesn't seem to be anywhere in sight. Diplomatic efforts have failed to bring the warring factions on a negotiating table, while both sides continue to exchange fire. So the first question that arises is what happens next? The high-stake visit by the US President Joe Biden has been followed by the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's visit, where the leader has pledged more support to the war-struck country. Listen in.
You describe this as Israel's darkest hour. Well, then it's for me to say I'm proud to stand here with you in Israel's darkest hour. As your friend, we will stand with you in solidarity, we will stand with your people, and we also want you to win.
Thank you.
There are several unanswered questions in this war. For starters, how will the hostage crisis unfold for Israel? Hamas continues to hold over 200 hostages at different locations in Gaza. This includes Israelis and other foreign nationals like Americans, Brits, Germans, and even South Asians like from Nepal. Hamas had earlier said that over 13 hostages had been killed in Israeli strikes. Israel says bringing back hostages safely is their top priority. There's also pressure from Western nations to resolve the hostage crisis.
עד כה מסרנו הודעה למשפחותיהם של 306 חללי צה"ל ולמשפחותיהם של 203 חטופים. אנחנו כואבים את כאב המשפחות ומחבקים אותם בשעתם הקשה. אני רוצה להעביר
Question number 2, how will Israel's decision to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza work out? Egypt says roads are being repaired near Rafah crossing, so aid trucks which have been stranded at the border could reach Gaza. The Rafah crossing is the only checkpoint that is not controlled by Israel. The question of aid is linked to the release of hostages. Israel says it would only open other checkpoints when Hamas will release hostages. The UN says 100 trucks per day were needed to meet the needs in Gaza, but for the time being, 20 trucks have been allowed. Question number 3, will Israel invade Gaza as it continues to amass troops and tanks near the border? Over 360,000 reserve forces have been called into Israel. Israeli airstrikes hit northern Gaza and parts of southern Gaza as well today. And now the civilian toll in Gaza is rising, and there is also increasing pressure on Israel. The threat of a full-blown invasion still hangs in the balance. The next question, will the conflict spill over and another war front open up with Iran? Tehran has warned of far-reaching consequences if Israel invades Gaza. There is also the fear of Lebanon's Iran-backed Hezbollah entering the conflict. Israeli army says it has recorded a number of missile launches from Lebanon in the past 12 hours. Israel has evacuated towns near its northern border with Lebanon. Israel says it would respond to Iran in the same language.
תקיפה של ארגון חיזבאללה לשטח מדינת ישראל תיתקל בתגובה משמעותית מצידנו. אנחנו ממשיכים להיות פרוסים חזק ולגלות ערנות ודריכות בפיקוד הצפון.
Violence has also erupted in West Bank following the Gaza hospital massacre. 3 Palestinians in West Bank were killed in Israeli strikes. Question number 5, how is the ongoing war affecting the regional actors as Israel continues to pound Gaza? The increasing plight has caused a stir in West Asia. Arab countries have almost universally blamed Israel for the hospital strike. They include Egypt, Jordan, the UAE, among the region's few nations that have diplomatic ties with Israel. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation, a 57-member bloc of Muslim-majority countries, denounced Israel's backers for granting the country impunity in its war. Anti-Israel demonstrations also erupted in countries like Lebanon, Jordan, Libya, Yemen, Tunisia, Turkey, Morocco, Iran following the Gaza hospital blast. Both sides have traded blame for the attack. There is no conclusive evidence on who carried out the attack yet. And for more on this, our correspondent Jody Cohen has been tracking all the latest developments from the ground and has sent us this report. Take a look.
In the latest, British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is visiting Israel. He gave statements together with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Netanyahu called this Israel's darkest hour, and he said it was the world's darkest hour and suggested that the world needs to stand together. Netanyahu said that Israel values the support of the British government and said it needs their continuous support. Sunak affirmed Israel's right to defend itself, commented on the unity he has seen in the country and says that the world needs Israel's support to fight against this modern-day barbary. He also said that he supports Israel's decision to allow aid to reach Gazan civilians and added that he's proud to stand with Israel and, quote, wants Israel to win. This is Jody Cohen for WION World is One.